Can somebody please explain to me why these two pieces are not sold out yet?
Just before you left here, son. Nobody ever goes in, and nobody ever comes out.
Welcome back to The Gathering. This is my second to last video before the month of October is over. Obviously, you know I got something for Halloween, and then I got one more after that, very special one. But here is Felicia from Darkstalkers. Just like I said in my intro, guys, I have no idea why this statue is still up for order. Now, my own personal preference, I like to do my reviews on statues that are either sold out or are on the verge of being sold out, so waitlisted. But when it comes to these two, no, that is not the case. Yes, you can go online right now, various retailers, and still find her. Now, I didn't want to wait another year before doing a review on her for obvious reasons. But when I did pre-order her, just like the Morrigan statues that came before her, yes, there was a collector's edition. There's nothing special about them. They're exactly the same statue. The only thing about the collector's edition, which these are, is that they have matching numbers. Now, you know me being a Darkstalkers fan, when I saw this statue up for pre-order, I ordered it day one. What was insane to me though, was the collector set sold out immediately, like within minutes. And that just boggled my mind because that sold out in minutes, yet the regular, if you want to call it that, version of these statues to this day is still up for order. So that just kind of boggles my mind. It's like, dude, there's nothing different with the regular edition. I mean, honestly, like I said, the only difference with the collector's edition, they have matching numbers. There's no extra pieces, there's no exclude, there's nothing. They are the exact same statue other than just not having matching numbers. But I guess that's something important to some people. Honestly, I really don't give a damn about it. When I ordered these, I figured it's just easier to order them both of them at once. So that's what I did. And if I wasn't able to get the collector's edition matching numbers, I would have just ordered them separately. But hey, that's just me. Let me know what you think about that. So when I ordered these two, obviously I had to get both of them. You know I'm a fan of variants, and I can't just go with one or the other. Gotta have them both. You've seen previous statues that I own. For example, one that's a very notorious one is my Chun-Li, the 3 bikini versions of her. Had to get all 3 of those. But that doesn't apply for every statue that I get. I have to really, really like the character in order to pull the trigger on getting the variants. Another example of mine is my jury statues. Yes, I ordered all 3 of those too, and to this day, I still have the Chun-Lis, the juries, and off the top of my head, I can't think of any other variants that I have, but I'm pretty sure I do. And this one did not disappoint when I got it in hand, when I got it in the mail, pulled them out, put them together, and woo-wee! I am so happy that I got these. But enough of that, let's get to the review. So one thing I can appreciate very much about these two variants is that they do have a lot of variations to them. Let's start off with the base for both of them. So the base for both of them, as we can see, the white version, or the player one version, is this pink and kind of magenta color, bluish color, blue-green color with the pillows, right? Okay, so we can see all the pillows here, very detailed, very fluffy, obviously something that a cat is definitely going to gravitate to lay their head on. The sculpt is exactly the same on the player 2, the black version, but the pillows are a pink and purple color, which, yeah, obviously it's Halloween. I think this is more of an appropriate statue for this season. But yeah, I mean, they went with this for the white and this for the black, and it complements the hell out of the statue. But in both sculpts, the pillows are very detailed. They have that fabric texture look to both of them. And the different colors in each one of the pillows, it's very subtle, but it's there. You know, you can see in the folds, they did put in a little bit of darker colors to really emphasize those folds, those creases. And the texture work is just done very well. You know, even where the cats are standing, we just see those folds, those pressure points where the cats are putting their paws, just show that weight where the pillows are being pushed in. Now, one thing I did not know and expect when I got this statue, or when I ordered, I should say, I didn't know it until I got it, but these cats, they are not polystone. The cats are actually flocked, and when I saw them, I looked and like, hold up, because I'm used to seeing statues that are very detailed with the sculpt to look very realistic, but to me, I'm like, wait a minute, touched them, I'm like, holy crap, they're flocked. You know, they feel like it's a felt material, and it's really freaking cool, like a little addition to detail as far as, you know, making these cats more and more realistic. So I think it's very cool that they made them flocked. My only gripe is that a lot of the cats, they don't really fit in like sturdy or snug, but they're not gonna fall. For example, this white one, as you can see, kind of moves around. Yeah, but he's not gonna fall off. I mean, he's there, I'm spinning him around. He's not gonna fall off. So, I mean, that's my only gripe, but hey, as long as you're staying there, I'm cool with it. All right, so moving up to Felicia herself. What I really love is her pose. Her pose is a combination of very cute, but very sexy at the same time. The sense that I get from her pose is that she's kind of in the middle of a balancing act, if you wanna say that, just because that cat between her legs is kind of in her way, could make her trip, could make her fall. And you can see she's kind of stepping to the side a little bit so not to hurt the cat, but as we can see, that also contorts her body to look in this sexy pose. Now, it's very difficult for me to say which one I like better because this one is the one obviously we're most familiar with, her white and blue hair version. This is a variation or player 2 version that not so many of us are familiar with, but looking at it, it fits. It looks pretty badass. It looks like, if you could just imagine maybe an evil twin sister of hers, something of that nature, but they're both cool. You know, I'm really trying to be objective, even though I'm very familiar with this one, as I think we all are. But yes, I'm trying to be objective, and I really do like the black one as well. I can't say I like either one of them more than the other. But recently you saw my video on the Bishoju Felicia that I did, and one thing that I like that they did not do, I'm not saying it's bad, but on the Bishoju, you can actually see texture work on her fur parts right here, where it's kind of like, looks like fur, it looks like hair. For the Bishoju, it fits with it. It looks great. It's not really something that's bothersome. It complements it very well. I am so glad they did not do that on her because this is a larger scale statue and you can see it more clearly. If they would have done the same thing for these, I would have been like, hold up, this girl needs to shave her legs, man. Yeah, so as you can see, her legs, her fur covering her legs, no, it is smooth, honestly. It is smooth. You don't see any kind of hair except for the rims of where her hair stops. We can see that there's the hair right there. And also, yes, because she's a cat woman, she has the hair sticking out right here on the back of her Achilles tendon area, lower calf, if you want to call it. And she has more fur sticking out right here on the wrist of her hands as well. And obviously the fur wrapping around her body, her frontal area, her chest area, all that. Again, the rim of where the fur is, you can see it's kind of jagged to really emphasize that yes, it is fur. Now the paint job done on her fur throughout her statue is done very, very well. So I'll stick with the fur for right now. So on the white version, yes, it's white obviously, but we do have those subtle shades and shadows of a very, very light blue and a very, very slight grays to give that more textured look, that more dimensional look, that more realistic look. You know, just so it's not just a plain white color. And that goes throughout the statue. Obviously with the legs starting right here, up right here, we can really see it on her thighs right here, on her hands right here where the fur is supposed to be, right here on her wrist, you know, just all over, you know, the white parts, we can definitely see those different color variations. Now another change I noticed from the Bishoju version is on the Bishoju versions, on her palms of her hands, she has those little pads, cat pads. Again, appropriate for that one, but I'm so glad they didn't do it here. But just like the white, the black one also has those subtle shadings. So in her black, it's not just solid black. We do see shades of very dark blue, very dark grays, just like the white one. Now the big difference between the white one and the black one here is that on her tail for the most part right here, it is a lot of white, just white, white, white. This one has black all the way to the tip of her toe, which you can see a little bit lighter, just to give that emphasis, I guess, of light shining on it or just fading into a different color. Which kind of makes sense because the one big difference is that the black cats, unlike the white cats, they have little white tips on their paws. And moving up the paint job on her skin, obviously we can see for the most part it's one color, but yes, there are subtle shades of different color variations there. And Felicia's arsenal is those claws, both hands and feet. And I think it's really cool that they made her feet so exaggerated, so stylized, and really just big and ferocious looking. Because yeah, you look at her, she looks cute, she looks sexy, but then you look down, you're like, God damn, those freaking claws can split you open. Now, one thing that I'm so glad that HMO did, because when I got in the mail, I was worried. Look at her hair. The portrait, her hair is freaking big and heavy. It is not polystone, guys. This is actually some kind of plastic material, which I'm so glad that they did, because when you have all this freaking hair going, yeah, you don't want to deal with breakages, and going with the decision to make it plastic, I think was an excellent choice. In addition to that, it really eliminates that very heavy weight due to this hair. Imagine if this hair was just like solid polystone. God dang, it would be freaking heavy. Speaking of which, side notes, these bases, they must be solid because they are heavy. God damn, these are really heavy bases, which is, I can appreciate it, but still, man, like, yeah, you're gonna have to have some power to lift these bases up. All right, so moving on to her portrait. Each statue comes with 3 different portraits. One is the kind of the regular, kind of serious one. Not really serious, stern, that kind of look. I put it here on the white version, and she has a real smiley, friendly, having a good time with her eyes cut, with her eyes shut, and a big smile on her face. The very friendly one, I would call it, right here on the black one. And she does have a third portrait, for obviously for both of them. It's more where she kind of looks like she's blowing a kiss at you. Her lips are puckered, kind of giving a kiss. Now these 2 hair strands right here, yes, you do have to take them out, and they do go in. Now, I had a very hard time putting them in the sense where I had to really push it in there, because my understanding when I got these was I saw the key and I saw the hole very tiny. I'm like, that's not gonna fit in there. So, you know, I figured, you know what, it's probably the paint, or it's probably because it's plastic. So after kind of messing with it a little bit, you know, it just kind of popped in there. And once it popped in there, yeah, it held sturdy. The cool thing is that when I was looking at the other portraits, you can go either way, guys. I mean, taking out the hair strands is not really gonna be obvious. I mean, you can go with putting them on or not. And I really think they look fine without the hair strands if you wanted to go that way. But just to give you an example, okay, see, here's the happy one, like this one, matching it, okay. And again, this one doesn't have the hair strands, and they're right here, right next to her ears. Kind of hidden. You really got to look for them to find them, but I think it looks fine. Okay, there's one of them, and I got the other one. Here's the one where she's kind of kissing, blowing that kiss. I should put that on for the rest of the video. Put this one to the side for right now. Now, one thing I forgot to mention about her tail, guys, is it's very long, as you can see, and it kind of twirls and curls around. If you do decide to get it, don't worry. It feels like it's not really sturdy. I think it's purposely designed that way because it's engineered, I think, for the hair. I'll show it to you right now. This headpiece in there. Yeah, the hair kind of sits on it to really brace, kind of push it up and hold it sturdy. You can see right there. Okay. And there's Felicia without the little hair strands. What do you think? Do you think she still looks good, or do you think, yeah, she needs the hair strands? I think she looks fine personally, but I'll leave her like this for the rest of the video. Anyways, we got this one right here. And I did put the portrait that neither of them had, which was the kissing one, the blowing a kiss to you. Very cute. If you don't want to display Felicia in her nakedness, because yes, this is not an outfit, this is actually how she is, who she is. So in literal sense, literal terms, yes, she is naked as of this point. This is not clothing, this is who she is. So she's running around frolicking naked. But there's an option to that. Cool thing they decided to do, because she does have it in the game, she does have this dress. Okay, you could put it for both of them, but since I put the portrait on her, I will put the dress on the black one. Has a little zipper. Okay. Now it's a small little zipper, guys, and I don't know, it's kind of a rubber material, so it's pretty flexible. Has a hole right here in the back. I'm assuming that's where you key the tail back in, but let's go ahead and do this. So let's take her portrait out. See how the tail kind of flops around after you take out the portrait? Again, I think that the hair in the bottom is really designed to engineer to hold that hair up. So put it like that. Okay, let's see. Take out her tail. There's her tail. Let's try to put this dress on her. Let's see how it goes. Wraps around. There we go. Can't see it in the dark. Huh. Damn, this is harder than I thought. Shit. All right, hold on. It's because I'm in the dark. God dang it. Why you turn the light? Yeah. Shut it. Stupid. God dang it. I gotta turn the light. Give me a second.
3 hours later.
All right, so that was a bit of a hassle, but we got it done. So yeah, the dress is very small zipper in the back. That's what I had the hardest time dealing with. But we got it done. So let's put it back. And he's got to mess around with it a little bit just to make sure it's positioned right. Pick it up here. And there it is. There's the dress. The reason why it comes with the dress, because obviously whoever designed this statue knew Felicia, because during one of her victory poses, yes, she does get into this dress. She does have this attire. Also, when the character Dimitri grabs her for one of his special moves, she's in the dress. So yeah, I mean, whoever developed this statue obviously was a fan and knew exactly how to do this right. And how can we forget to acknowledge this big, luscious, flowing hair of hers? I kind of touched upon it. Let's take a closer look at it. Check it out. Just huge, thick, flowing, full. Now what's really cool about it is that we do see a lot of texture work, a lot of strands in the hair, and it's flowing everywhere, left, right, up and down, just thick, luscious hair. Different colors to it. You know, obviously the blue has a blue with the lighter blues, kind of tads of white in there, just to give it that different texture look, that different shadow effect, things of that nature. Very well done. The pink one, same thing, lights pinks, darks pinks, a little bit of touches of blacks in there, very, very light though, but there you go. So overall guys, I am extremely satisfied, happy, and I am so glad that I picked these up. Now for me, this was a no-brainer when they decided to come out. I'm a fan of Darkstalkers for my own personal reasons. Obviously I like horror, stuff like that, video games. This is right up my alley, but there's more reasons besides that I really like Darkstalkers in general. So obviously when these came out, HMO, obviously the Morrigan statue was a complete knockout. That's one you can't find anymore. But this one, yeah, I mean, HMO does amazing work and this definitely complements it. Again, I was waiting till these statues were no longer available at retail, but they still are. And it just boggles the hell out of my mind why. Like, look at these. I mean, even if you're not a Darkstalkers fan, these are just freaking badass to the T. I mean, honestly, I have no complaints about them at all. But I'd love to know what you guys think about Felicia here. Leave your comments down below, hit that like button if you haven't done so already, subscribe if you haven't done so already. It doesn't cost you a dime, guys, but it helps me out tremendously. But as always, boom, boom. Collect what makes you happy.